This class is absolutely stacked. The 2022 MLB free agent crop is insane. The sheer amount of top-heavy stars on the market is asinine. You have the best pitcher on the planet, the best hitter on the planet, half the best shortstops in the league, and Brandon Nimmo. And over the course of the next few minutes, I am going to tell you where these players are going to wind up and why the teams are going to regret signing them, because mega deals never work out in baseball ever for the team putting pen to paper. Let's start with the best pitcher in baseball, Jacob deGrom. He is 1,000% signing a 3-year, $140 million deal to stay home with the New York Mets. Unless he goes to Texas for $4,180. If it's the Mets, Steve Cohen will never regret that contract because he can afford to eat a horrible deal like that. Texas, they are going to regret that deal if they don't win a championship in year 1 or year 2. The next player, Aaron Judge, had the greatest walk season in the history of professional sports. He is going to get 8+ years, $340+ million from the San Francisco Giants this offseason. And when are they going to regret that contract? The second he steps foot on Oracle Park's grass, because that stadium, that giant right field wall, that deep right field wall that separates the in-play from the bay, Aaron Judge is going to lose out on a significant amount of his home runs, and he is going to have all of his defensive flaws highlighted by that gigantic right center field alley. I'm not saying Judge won't hit home runs there. I'm just saying that Yankee Stadium is tailored to Judge. He would be fine for the first 5 years of the deal, no matter where he goes, except for that park. I think Judge is going to be significantly hampered by Oracle Park. I hope he doesn't go there for his sake, because that might be the only thing that prevents him from being one of the best players of his generation. The next player we have to talk about, Trey Turner, bona fide superstar. Forget 5-tool player. He's a 15-tool player. And this is where I'm going to turn my own title into clickbait, because I think Trey is signing a 10-year deal worth north of $300 million. I don't think the team is ever going to regret it. I think this is the unicorn mega contract. He does too many things too well. Even when he loses his elite speed, hell, his very good speed, he's still going to have soft hands. He's still going to have elite contact. He's still going to have good bat speed with his approach. He's still going to get on base. He's still going to have power. He is never going to be useless at any point in his contract. He is going to be worth it every step of the way. Carlos Correa, the guy probably most vocal defending himself from the Houston Astros scandal, has proved year in and year out that he is still a star. He did it again in Minnesota, and this is where the team is going to regret it. If they are a team like Minnesota that signs him, looking at you, Baltimore, I know that that's the favorite place. I'll run with it, because I do think there's a 50% chance he winds up with the Orioles. They have the money. They have the future stars. They also have a history of folding up shop and selling off everyone when it doesn't work because they don't like spending money. So when would the Orioles regret signing Carlos Correa? 4 years from now, if they give him the 8+ year deal that he's probably going to get, because at that point, he is going to be a giant malcontent in their locker room, because they are going to sell off every single one of these kids that they've already brought up and are bringing up in the next year, because their service time is going to be up. If you don't have the Orioles go from worst to first in the first 3 years of a contract signing Correa, the headache he's going to be giving everyone, they are going to regret it big time bringing on Carlos Correa. Now, Xander Bogarts, let's run with the rumor that he's going to the Phillies with the connection to Dave Dombrowski. The fans, they'll never regret it because they're already used to watching guys not play defense. But if the Philly ownership is sold a bag of goods from Dave Dombrowski that he's actually decent on defense, they will regret giving him the green light to sign him immediately. Xander is only a bat. If that's what you're expecting from him, he's going to be a solid to great hitter for the next 5-6 years. You're not going to regret it as long as you know that he is absolute trash at shortstop. If you're keeping him at shortstop for the foreseeable future, you are going to regret that deal the second he makes an error that costs you a game. So probably 5 games into the regular season. Dansby Swanson had a career year offensively. Let's talk about the spot that could be the most fun to talk about for Dansby. The Seattle Mariners. And why is that the spot I pick? Because I think Dansby is one of those dudes that has blossomed, but will thrive when he's 1 of 9, when everyone around him is good. If he is looked at to be the guy, I think he's going to struggle mightily. They're going to regret the deal 4 years in, because he's going to sign for 8+ years if he doesn't go back to the Braves. And the 4-year mark will be the mark where they go, damn, we never got the offensive production that we really anticipated with this deal. This was a mistake. At least his glove is still good. And then year 6, 7, it's going to be, we really messed this up bad. And last but not least, the most intriguing and perplexing guy on this list to me, Brandon Nimmo. And I will say this, as a Met fan who has watched almost every single inning and at bat of Brandon Nimmo's career, I have no clue why everyone is as high on Brandon Nimmo as they are. I like him a lot. He is really easy to root for, but nothing he does really complements itself that much. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Offensively, he's going to bat somewhere between 250 and 270 for you. He's going to have roughly a 400 on base every single year. Those numbers are great, but he's not a good base runner. He's a horrible base stealer. Forget that aspect of it. And he's not going to hit the ball out of the yard. How do you value that? Because it's all about creating runs. They're talking about Brandon like 7 years, $140 million. That's not the kind of player he is. Defensively, too. He can cover a lot of ground. He had the best year he's ever had defensively this past year, but he doesn't have a good arm either. So when you look at the whole package, a team is about to pay Brandon Nimmo 5+ years, $120+ million to play good center field and be a good on base guy that doesn't create runs and doesn't knock in runs. And he's 30 years old with an injury history. I don't know what the love affair is about Brandon Nimmo. I've been a fan of his on the Mets, but I don't want them to go anywhere near more than 4 years, $60 million for this guy. And if someone's signing him, expecting him to be a franchise-changing player, that is going to be the biggest regret anyone is going to have for any of the players previously listed in this video. So there you have it, the complete list of players that are going to sign a mega deal, and some that might even win championships. They're all going to make the teams they go to better. They're all great athletes. They're all guys you want on your team. It's just that by the end of these contracts, they are going to be shells of what they were now, and in all likelihood, 90% of them are going to have the owners wondering why they signed the contract and was it worth it. And that is the best part of free agency every single year, is just knowing 5, 6, 7 years down the line, how did it turn out? Because every single one of these deals that will be signed will make sense for the team in the moment. And it's deals that 9 out of 10 times, the team that gets it done are going to be thrilled that they get it done. And it's always the right movement in the moment. And these contracts are always never worth it at the end. I think we're going to get a lot of signings up front this year. It's not going to be like NBA or NFL or NHL where all the big guys are off the board within 48 hours. We know that this is a long-term process, but there are a lot of teams with a lot of money that are going to be very aggressive. I would not be shocked if half the top free agents are gone by Thanksgiving. All of them will be gone by Christmas. That's my prediction for this offseason. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the chaos that's guaranteed to happen in the next few days.